Hi, everyone. My name is Tremaine, and I'm here today to present to you a new company that I am hoping to start very soon. Before I tell you more about the company that I'm starting, I want to tell you a story. So, as most of you already know, I work at Chick-fil-A. A few years ago, I used to work at a Chick-fil-A where we hired a guy with special needs. Now, I know that may not seem like a big, woo, shocker or a big, like, whatever, because, hey, it's Chick-fil-A, and Chick-fil-A is always, going above and beyond to serve the community and all those things. Well, this guy in particular came to our restaurant after having going to about 5 or 6 different locations to get a job. At each one of these places, he was told no. Either he didn't have the qualifications or he just didn't meet their standards or whatever the situation may be, they didn't give him a job. Now, my Chick-fil-A saw it fit to give him a job. He came on, he worked with us. He started out as a just like a dining room like attendant, and then he worked his way up to being the dining room host. Everyone knew his name. He was super friendly, always just ready to serve you. He would get refreshments for you and just do all of those things and go above and beyond every single day. A couple years after, he had been there for a while, myself and the leadership team decided that we should promote him. Now, he doesn't know any of the kitchen things. He doesn't know any of like the front of house, like taking orders and all of that. But we felt the need to promote him to something a bit higher than what he was. So we created this whole like afternoon where he came into the store and we promoted him with like, we had his family there, and we also gave him like a button down shirt, and it was Carolina blue because that was his favorite color, his favorite team. He just loved it. And that was a huge moment for him. Like he cried his eyes out. I cried my eyes out. It was just an amazing moment. Now, I don't tell you that story to say, oh, let me pat myself on the back. I tell you that story because things like that should not have to happen for special needs adults, kids, or whatever to feel like they belong in an area. I wanted to start this company, I saw how that played out in my life, but I've also seen it play out in other different scenarios as well. To make it more personal, my daughter is autistic, and I fear that, as she gets older and she goes out into the world, that she may also face some of those struggles and some of those different scenarios of not being able to get a job or not being able to participate in different activities or different things here and there, and just not be able to fit in with everyone else. This is why I want to create the company called A Space for Me. I have big plans for this company. So first off, like I said, my daughter is a big inspiration. She has autism, and I just want to do something to show to her, like, as she's growing up, like, hey, I am doing my best. I'm doing my part to make sure that I include people that are like you, people that, that will have a hard time working their way into different situations or different activities or different social groups or whatever the case may be. So with this new company, I want to be able to provide things like acting and dancing and voice lessons, or just whatever it is, piano, like whatever instrument, whatever activity, whatever extracurricular that we can provide. I want to be able to do that. This is going to be a nonprofit organization, so of course we're going to be getting our donations and charities and all these things given to us so that we can afford to get like new equipment and all of those things. And I feel the need to provide this service for free for these communities of people and families who don't necessarily have that in their community. Now, I would start it small, obviously, because we can't just jump right out there and, get it all going. So something small. We would have, a class over here for dance and a class over here for piano lessons. And we would just do those two things. And then as that starts to ramp up, we get social media. And again, not to put ourselves on a pedestal, but to be able to get the information out there that, hey, there's this new company, families that have kids who are autistic or have special needs, like, hey, let's find a group, an organization like A Space for Me to plug them into so they can feel connected to a community. After that, I am hoping to move towards some virtual classes. So whatever that looks like, if we have to virtually teach, piano or virtually teach different things, and I want to be able to provide that because I know for a lot of people that's going to be the easiest way for them to do. Now, that's also going to help us get our name out there and get a different platform so that hopefully we can move into different cities and different communities and all the different areas that we need to so that we can provide this service for all the communities that have special needs, young adults and kids in them. So when I talk about the young adults and the kids, that's my target audience there. That's my target group of people that I'm going for, because I want them to know that this is a space for them. These are activities, these are things, these are resources that I want to be able to provide for them so that they can feel like they belong to a certain community. With this, I will host, recitals and things that they can come together as a group, as families, so these other families will be able to connect with each other, because I feel like that's also a huge need as well. If you look at different facts online or wherever you will get your information about the special needs community, you have lots of families sometimes that find it very hard to connect with each other, especially right now during, this time of COVID. So my daughter, everything is done virtually, or a lot of her therapies are done virtually, and that's all fine. But we want to be able to make sure that we can still connect them all together. So that's going to be meeting that need of connecting families with each other's, and they can see that, hey, we're not the only family that is traveling this journey to get alone. We're not doing this alone. There's other families out there that are trekking this journey as well. So we want to give that to those families, and we want to be able to provide that sense of community and togetherness within that community. Also, we want to be able to make it to where they don't have to pay for these things. So I know most nonprofit, they have you do membership or you just pay for a certain membership. No, we don't want to do that. You just come in, give us what you have, show us, who's going to be involved in these classes, who's going to be involved with our studio or with our company, who's going to be involved, and let's plug them in where they are fit and where they best fit in with their groups of people, maybe by age or what have you, just so that they can feel comfortable as well. And the only way that we're going to be making money throughout all of this is by selling t-shirts and merchandise and going online and hopefully getting people to donate to this organization, to this company, so that we can continue to pour back into the business and pour back into the company and do the things that we need to do to reach them. We hope to start out with having one building, but then moving to a multi-unit, and then moving to a different city, and then having other people manage the organization from all over the world. So that is our goal. We are so excited to push this forward. We cannot wait to see what you're going to say about this new opportunity, this new business that we have coming forward. We are just ready to go and ready to start this organization because everyone wants a space. Everyone needs to be included. Everyone needs to feel like they belong to something, to someone, to some community, and that is exactly what we are aiming to do. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation.